Now for the show that's truly too hot to handle. It's The Melting Pat, and it starts right now.
You're listening to The Melting Pat. Here's your host, Pat Johnson.
Well, thank you, Jerome. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show, The Melting Pat. The almost said Next Level Network. Are we doing that anymore? I don't know. I feel like I wrote something down. I'm supposed to change that up at the beginning, but I'm not going to do it now, you know. Oh, already. We got a coin already. We've been doing this for 15 seconds. Not even. Here we go. The Melting Pat. Thank you for being here. Clearly, we're having a great day. It's been a weird couple days. Let me put it that way. If you subscribe to the Patreon, by the way, you can see me in my silly Jurassic Park headband, which is actually really comfortable, and my Papa Bear shirt, which is also very comfortable, even though I look really fat. Yeah, so give me $5 a month and you can see what I'm doing right now. How about that? No? Plus it's uncut. You get a bonus. All right? So there you go. You get a little bonus at the beginning, which actually went for like 15 minutes. So yeah, I've already been at this a while. So today on the show, we have for you some fan mail. Someone asked about being invited to parties, which they asked a couple of weeks ago, actually. But I feel like it tied in to a segment, not a segment, like I planned this, to what we're going to talk about. My son's first birthday. We'll talk about the party we had for him last week. And so someone asked about being invited or not being invited. And so I figured they tied together, so I'll put them on the same show. We have a new entry, or a few new entries, rather, for the Video Game Hall of Fame, which I did not know was a thing, unless I did and forgot about it, but we'll talk about that. We got a couple of weird sports things at the end of the show, and that will be that. But the first thing we are doing today is we have a song. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep this up, try to do the song first, and then do the rest of the show. And if that doesn't work for you, please let me know, and then I will change it and do something else. All right? But for now, we'll try it, okay? This actually, and this makes me, I'll tell you in a second, or after the song, why I feel kind of bad about the timing of a different song I did a few weeks ago. This is from our dear friends, Last Night Saved My Life, and you can find more from it at lastnightsavedmylife.com. There we go. This just came out a few days ago, or like a week ago. So we're finally on top of one. We finally got the timing right on this. So now I can tell you, this is their latest. And I think Last Night Saved is their social media things. I know that's their Twitter. But anyway, the link to all the things, the link to their website for sure, will be in the show notes. And we're going to play their latest, and then we'll get on with the rest of the show. Anyway, the point is, thank you, dear friends, lastnightsavedmylife.com for more. Should we have them on the show? We'll meander about that in a second. But anyway, this is their latest song. It is Broken Lying. It's the Melting Pat. Last Night Saved My Life. Back in a bit.
Come on and tell me why I'm getting home. I've had a hell of a week, but now you're asleep. Give me a minute, I could say so. But there's never enough. You used to wait up. And I work to double. I still believe you're in your head while you're thinking me. Don't be so subtle. I'm thinking that I should be broken lying. Soft sheets, bare feet, and I'm feeling you and I. We're living the dream, we're living the dream. We don't have all the fancy things. We're two kids on the run and don't wanna be broken lying next to you. I always knew you knew the real me, because the blue in your eye, you colored me blind. And you're the sugar to my sweet tea, yeah, that I never could find, I'm telling you why. 2 weeks in summer, we didn't sleep, I still get lost in the memory. I won't be subtle, I know where I should be. It's broken lying next to you. Some sheets, bare feet, and I'm feeling Some people think it's cliche, who really cares anyway? Cause we'll be sipping champagne, we're just two kids on the run. Your art is my drum, bringing me back in a Zodiac is a great match, let me backtrack. Yeah. Superstition, break tradition, I feel like we're on a mission. I got a little insight from a premonition. I'm thinking that we could change the definition. Let's go! Oh, yeah, lying next to you. Sun sheets, bare feet, and I'm feeling you. And I, we act like we're living the dream, we're living the dream. We don't have all the fancy things. The two kids on the run, and I wanna be broke, yeah, lying. Broke, yeah, lying next to you. Broke, yeah, lying. Broke, yeah, lying next to you.
And there you have it, our friends. Last Night Saved My Life, Broke and Lying. That is their latest. You can find more from them at lastnightsavedmylife.com. If you subscribe to the Patreon, you just saw me try to work out the riff, and I still think I'm going to screw it up. But anyway, it's the Melting Pat. Thank you so much, my friends. Come on the show. We should have them on, right? We've played them often enough. We hyped them up often enough. Should we not have them on the show? Should they not be privy to what I look like right now? Right? Because when I do interviews, I have it on video so we can see each other, because it's easier to have a conversation when you can see them. Right? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, Broken Lying is their latest. Is this on the next EP? Because they released one last year. What is it? The Color Infinite? Or is it the Color? I should have written that part down. God damn it. I forgot. But anyway, it was part one. So we're hoping that part two will be out at some point, and maybe that's on it. Maybe that's not it. Listen, I haven't talked to them. I don't know. But anyway, nailed it. I felt okay about that. I said I was going to improv a little bit during. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And I don't know if I got it right, but it was fun. So there you go with that. Lastnightsavedmylife.com for more from them. Thank you, my friends. Oh my goodness. They're not going to come on now after they heard that. They're not going to want any part. They're like, nope, you know what? Can you actually scrub us from your show completely? Yes, I can do that. I meant to say, so the timing of this. So this is a brand new song, pretty much. Came out a week ago or so. And I was going through, I finally updated the website, themeltingpat.com, the songs page, the Our Friends tab on the site there, where it has all the songs I've played and where you can get them and whatnot. And remember a couple of weeks ago when I played a song from Like Giants, and they actually gave me the okay in January. And I said, oh, great, let me do this. And then for whatever reason, I forgot about it until March, till like the end of, I'm sorry. It's like the end of April is when they finally, you know what? I got to look this up. Hold on one second. They gave me the okay, several months before I actually played the song. So I played the song in, was it 372? So it's like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. So I played them a few weeks ago. I had waited so long that by the time I got their song on the show, they're no longer a band. Like they broke up 2 or 3 weeks before, or a month before I played their song. And I didn't know, because they gave me the approval, like, hey, go ahead, play the song. And I was like, yeah, great. And then I forgot about it. And then by the time I got to it, they'd broken up. Like, they'd released a new song, which was great because I just played that one. But yeah, they're not a band anymore. So that's on me. That would explain why they didn't really say thanks for playing our song. I am grateful, though, that they didn't say, hey, idiot, we're not a band anymore, because I just found that out yesterday. So sorry, Like Giants, my bad. That's on me. Is it my fault that you broke up? No, but I feel bad anyway. So there you go with that. Did you need to know any of that? Anyone? No, but I thought it was interesting. Maybe. Was it not? Should you just get on with the show, Pat? I should. You're right. All right. So that has nothing to do with anything at all. I just thought it was interesting that I finally figured that out, that I finally got to their song after several months. And by the time I got there, they weren't a band anymore. So my bad. It happens. Unfortunately, it does happen. So there you go. All right. So I mentioned last week, or I mentioned today also, my son is now a year old, which is insane. At the end of last week's show, I mentioned that the kid is now 1, which is insane. It doesn't seem like it should be a real thing. Like I have a 1-year-old, and he's great. Well, he's kind of a pain in the ass, let's be honest, but for the most part, he's great. So we had a party for him. We went over to the park a couple of blocks away because we had a couple of choices on what we were going to do. And several factors kind of weighed in here where, first of all, we don't have a lot of money and we didn't want to rent a place, right? And also we prefer to do it outdoors because it's going to be warm and COVID is still a thing. So we decided, hey, let's do it this way. Let's kind of have his thing at the park. And it's not like you can't reserve the space. You just walk over there and hope nobody's over there already, which no one was. So it didn't rain because it had rained the day before and we were worried about rain that day. And so we're like, okay, if it rains, we'll do it next Saturday. It's going to be great. But it didn't rain. And thank you to Joel for taking me to get pizzas because he asked like the morning of. I ordered pizza for everybody. I ordered like 10 pizzas and I was like, here, great, awesome. We got a cake. Thanks to Jill's dad for that, for picking that up for us. And whoever brought chips and pretzels and stuff and all those things. Thank you very much for everybody who came out to celebrate, or even if you didn't, you just sent well wishes. We appreciate that too. But yeah, Joel sent me a text the morning of and said, hey, do you guys need anything for the party? And normally when someone says, hey, do you need anything? I just default to, no, I think we're good. But I just said, you know what? Actually, yeah. Like I need somebody to take me around the corner. It's, it was like 2 minutes away. And I said, I need somebody to take me around the corner to get the pizzas. And he's like, all right, great. So I think that's the first time that someone has asked me if I needed anything. And I said, yes, I do. And it worked out. So thank you for that. Hadn't seen some of my colleagues. I invited some coworkers, which I joked to all of them, but also this is kind of serious. If we were working in the office, I don't think I would have invited them. Right? Because when I talked about this before, like hanging out with coworkers, if you see them all day, all week, right? There's no reason to spend more time with them after work. That just never made sense to me. Like I already see you all the time. I don't need to see you more. I don't need extra time with you. As friendly as we might be, we don't need to see each other all the time. But we, legit hadn't seen each other in person for 2+ years at this point. So invited a couple of people out, those who I remembered. If I forgot, my bad. We'll get to that phenomenon in a minute. I got to see Doug for the first time since like 2010. I got to meet Queens, which is great. We're using Twitch names, people. That's what I do. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, ABT Silence on Twitch. Check them out. Go hang out over there. It's really fun. And you may be able to see Jill playing Fall Guys on Doug's stream. So check that out. It was great. Everybody seemed to have a great time, which was great for us because, when you host a thing, you just want everybody to have a good time. You don't want anybody to, break anything or lose anything, or you don't want it to rain or whatever. You don't want it to be gross, right? It was hot, but, that happens. But everybody, as far as we know, had a great time. So thank you again for everybody who came out and celebrated with the dude, or if you sent a gift or anything like that. We sincerely appreciate it. Thank you very much. And, so it was great. It was really fun. Some random kid, like after we're like getting ready to go, we had spent a couple hours there. We're cleaning up and people are coming and going. And a lot of people had left, I guess. And some random neighborhood kid rode up on his bike and I was over, I don't know, I had Arthur, I think, and I was over talking to someone else. And Jill is over where the food is, like cleaning, straightening up, getting ready to kind of get out of here. And some kid rides up on his bike. Kid's like, I don't know, 8 or something. And he's like, hey, can I have a piece of pizza? And we had plenty left. So she's like, yeah, sure. And then he's like telling her his whole life story and like, oh, I live here and da-da-da and all this. And I'm like, that's actually kind of awesome. Like this kid randomly just like has the balls to go up and say, hey, random people I don't know, can I have some pizza? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Great. Why not? So I thought that was pretty cool. Arthur fell asleep before it was time for cake. It was so great. He's just sitting there, Jill's sitting on a bench talking to people. And she's like, hey, Pat, give me his bottle. So I bring the bottle over and he put it in his mouth for maybe a second and a half. And then just, boom, just his head fell sideways. Patrons can see that awkward movement I just did. And he was just out. He slept for like an hour. So we, kind of carry him around. We sang happy birthday to him. He slept through it, which was great. So it was funny. And we had a really great time. So again, thank you to everybody for coming out, for sending the well wishes, for doing all the stuff. We greatly appreciate all of your stuff. And the benefit of living in the city, I think it's the only one so far of living in the city, is that we can walk everywhere. which is great. So, yeah, we had a great time. If you couldn't make it, that's fine. If you didn't make it because I forgot to invite you, that's also fine because my brain is mush. So there you go with that. And that leads to our fan mail, by the way. So again, I mentioned somebody sent me this a few weeks ago, and I held on to it because I knew we were going to be talking about this party, and I figured this kind of tied in. So someone asked me, Pat, do you ever feel bad if you don't get invited somewhere to an event or a party? And my answer is absolutely not. And it's not because, I don't want to spend time with you. It's because I don't have to go. Like, getting places in general is kind of a pain, especially if you don't live in the city, which a lot of my friends, that's a lot of my friends who live outside the city. And so getting there can be kind of a pain in the ass because we don't have a car. So that's already tough, right? And so now we got the kid. So it's either we're going to find a way to get the kid there or find somebody to watch him and spend more money that way. And so that's kind of a pain. So when I say that I'm grateful that I don't get invited to things, I don't mean that I don't want to spend time with the people who are hosting the thing or people who are going to be there. That's not what I mean. What I mean is it's a huge pain in the ass for me to get places, especially now with a 1-year-old. So if you forget to invite me, I'm not going to be mad. It's not going to hurt my feelings, I promise. And by the same token, if I forget to invite you to a thing, sorry, Captain, I forgot to invite you on the band podcast last year. And I hope that he remembers, by the way. I don't know if he's going to listen, but I hope he remembers that he's supposed to take a dump on me via voice memo. So send that over anytime. So if I forget to invite you to something, it's not personal. It's not because I didn't want you to be here. That's not it. Or maybe it is. Depends who you are. No, but in general, that's mean, Pat. You're right. In general, my brain is mush and I forget all kinds of things anymore. So that's why. It's not that I'm mad at you or anything. It's not that, I don't think you're worthy of my time. I just don't, I forget things. And to go back to the original question. No, I don't have to get a gift. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything. I could be there in spirit and send you happy thoughts and well wishes and good vibes. And we can go from there. But no, I don't feel bad. And if you don't invite me somewhere, it's fine. I'm not going to be upset about it. I hope that whoever sent that question in isn't someone who forgot to invite me to a party. I hope that's not a guilty fan mail, because don't feel guilty. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you don't invite me, just like it won't hurt my feelings if you say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't come to your thing. That's fine. Would I like to see you? Yes, that's why I invited you. But if you got something else to do, or if you're not feeling well, or whatever the case might be, I'm not going to be mad. So I also, just do that. Just don't be mad. People get weird about invites and parties and weddings and whatever, right? They get kind of weird about things about, who's not coming, who is coming, who's doing what. And I just, I don't let it kind of affect me that much. Would I like to see you? Would I like you to be at the thing? Would I like to be at your thing? Of course I would. I'd like to hang out with you. It'd be great. But, sometimes it's just a pain in the ass. And I think a lot of my friends recognize that, and maybe that's why, or maybe I don't have any friends anymore, and that's why I don't get invited anywhere. But yeah, thank you everybody for that. To tie that to the first thing, thanks for coming out to the party. And if I forgot to put you on the list, it's not you, it's me. I promise. All right? So there you go. All righty. What do we got here? 2 more things, and then we're going to get out of here because I got stuff to do. All right? That's it. Thank you for the question, by the way. Much appreciated. TheMeltingPat.com or tmpfanmail@gmail.com or 209-867-7638. Send in your questions, your comments, your concerns, all the things over there. Or call that number. That's a voicemail line. You can call that number and yell your thought at me. All right? We good? Great. I hope we don't have any problems with this, by the way, because I have no other time to record it. So I think we've been okay, right? Let me check the things here. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm just making sure we haven't clipped or anything or made any weird noises, but I think we're okay. So the sports thing, no, not yet. Sports thing's in a second. So I saw this the other day that Ocarina of Time, the Legends of Zelda game that came out for the N64 in 1998 and then re-released on, it was on a GameCube, something or other, and then the Virtual Console on the Wii, and then they did a 3DS version. Basically what I'm saying is this game's come out several times, and if you've not played it yet, I highly, highly recommend it because it's fantastic. Along with many other games, which we'll talk about, it has been inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame. yes, give us that fanfare. Congratulations to everybody involved that you're not listening. But the other 2022 inductees, Dance Dance Revolution, Ms. Pac-Man, and Sid Meier's Civilization, which I think Civilization has made like 7 or 8 games by now, which I've never played, but I'm sure it's great if it's a Hall of Fame game and people enjoy it enough to, for them to make 8 of them or so. Ms. Pac-Man, a classic, right? Pac-Man's great. Why not give him I was going to do the Family Guy bit, but I don't know it off the top of my head. Maybe that'll be the picture for this week's episode. Will be the Family Guy Ms. Pac-Man thing. We'll try that. Dance Dance Revolution, not for me, but I know a lot of people who love those type of games. And you got the big mat on the floor, the arcade step-up thing that they have. Not my thing. I have no rhythm, but if that's your thing, by all means, have fun. And now you got a Hall of Fame game that you played and enjoyed and spent $100 on. So there you go. So I didn't even know, by the way, we'll talk about Ocarina of Time briefly, but I didn't even know that the World Video Game Hall of Fame was a thing. But it's the World Video Game Hall of Fame at the Strong in Rochester, New York. And now I kind of want to go. I didn't know about it, didn't know what it was, didn't know it was a thing. But now that I know, that seems like it's awesome. That seems fun, right? So I think we want to go. So, Jill, we're going to Rochester at some point. Do I know anybody in Rochester? Where are my Rochester peeps? Where are you? Come say hi. Let me know what's up. And, if you've been there, if you've been to the World Video Game Hall of Fame, let me know. Was it awesome? Am I set myself up for disappointment? Should I not bother? Let me know. Or if you go now and see Ocarina of Time, the exhibit, send me some pictures because I want to see what it looks like. Maybe I won't have to go after all. But, send me some pictures of that. If you go, I would like to see it. That'd be great. All right. But yeah, Ocarina of Time is fantastic. I recently, actually right before, when did I finish that? No, I started it like a month before the kid was born. I started streaming it, a playthrough. I just went back to the beginning. I was like, yeah, let's go. This will be fun. And I streamed it on Twitch and I finished it last year sometime, I think. And it was great. I love that game. It was the first game I got for 3DS. And it's fantastic. I did when I did my my top N64 games, that was number 1, which you can read. The link will be in the show notes. The link is on the website always, but the link will be in the show notes to that specific one. I think I can do that, right? I forget, but it'll be in there about why I think that game is so great. The music's fantastic. The graphics might not hold up, but at the time they were good. And just like the landscapes and stuff, and the story was fantastic. Like, yes, do you play through the same game twice, kind of, because you revisit a lot of the same areas? Yeah. But for me, and whether this is fair or not, it's probably not fair. This is the Zelda game on which all other Zelda games are judged, in my opinion, because that, for me, is my favorite. And I know that's not fair because I've not played all of them. But I say, oh, well, how is it compared to this? And that's not, you know what? I'm going to take that back. It's not fair at all that I do that, but it is what it is. It's what I do. And it is so wonderful. And yes, I know I will play Majora's Mask at some point, but it's not why we're here today. Ocarina of Time, well-deserved Hall of Fame induction into the World Video Game Hall of Fame. And I could jump in and play that game right now and have just as much fun, even though I know exactly where everything is that I need to get and know how to do it. Maybe not everything, but I know most things where they are. Like I can go through and still have just as much fun as I did. Well, almost as much fun as I did when I played it the first time. So I feel like that's kind of how a game can stand up, right? The replay value, even though the story and you know what's going to happen, at the end of the day, you're still going to have a great time playing the game. So there you go. That's it. Video Game Hall of Fame. They made it. Ocarina of Time. Congratulations. Again, no one who worked on the game's listening. It's like that insurance commercial. Nobody who made the movie is here when they're standing up and clapping. I won't stand up and clap, but there you go. Well-deserved Video Game Hall of Fame. So there's that. There's all the non-sports stuff. So I don't have a lot of sports stuff. Although if you don't like video games, you probably didn't stick around for that either. But I got 3 baseball notes. I got a couple of hockey notes, and not even a couple of basketball and hockey notes. So we're just going to be here's all the sports stuff at the end of the show. So if you don't like sports, it's your cue to get on out of here. My thanks to you for coming on. let's do some sports. Let's talk some baseball. Sunday night, last Sunday night, the Cardinals played the Giants. The Cardinals beat the crap out of the Giants. It ended up being at 15-6 or something. But in the ninth inning, they decided the Cardinals said, "Hey, we're going to save our pitchers. We need someone to pitch. Who's going to do it?" And who would step up but the future Hall of Famer, Albert Pujols. He said, "Yeah, I'll do it." And they're like, "Are you sure? Like, have you ever done this? Like, what's going on? You've never done this in a real game. What's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, sure. No problem." So he said after the game, because, whenever a position player goes out there, especially a guy like Pujols, like a star, when he goes out there, they're going, "Okay, how did you feel? What was your plan up there?" And he's like, "I was just trying to throw it down the middle. Like, I'm not trying to blow my arm out throwing a fastball. I'm just trying to throw it down the middle, and we'll see what happens." And you would think, like, oh, well, just kind of lobbing it down the middle, everybody should hit a home run, right? Well, I've heard hitters talk about this. And from what I understand, when you're gearing up for like 85, 90, 100 coming at you, to then go from that to having to adjust your timing to 60 or 55 or however fast or slow that a pitch is going. And I know it's insane that 55 miles an hour is considered slow in baseball. But when you're gearing up for something that's twice the speed and then you're coming in halfway, you kind of got to really adjust there. And, the Giants, to their credit, did hit 3 home runs. So so Pujols gave up 3 home runs, but he had never pitched before. I think he had played the most innings without pitching. And, that 13, whatever his ERA was, ended up being, that's not going to hurt his Hall of Fame chances. Do you think, though, that at some point the Cardinals will let him pitch again to try to get his ERA down? I wondered that because now on his Hall of Fame, like, baseball reference page, it's going to be like, yay, a career hitter of like 340 or whatever it is. I don't think it's that high, but they'll have his offensive numbers, and then it'll be that one pitching appearance, 1 inning pitched, gave up 4 runs or whatever. And do you think he'll want to get in again to get that number down? Do you think he cares? I don't know. It's funny to me. So yeah, the Cardinals won the game, by the way, and Albert Pujols was able to finish the game on the mound, and that was a really cool moment for me because I love Albert Pujols. He's great. So why not? I also really like when position players pitch. I know not everyone does, but to me, it's funny. As long as it doesn't happen like every other day, then I think we're good. If it happens every few weeks, that's kind of ideal's the wrong word, but if you're going to do it, that's kind of the way you want to do it. All right, what else we got here? A couple of weird things that went down. Oh, the Pirates beat the Reds. So, okay, let me say this first about the Reds. So at the beginning of the year, the son of their owner came out and said, like, people were complaining, like, hey, you traded off all these people, sell the team. Let's get to somebody who cares and wants to win, because clearly you guys don't. You don't care about the fans or the team or whatever. And the owner's kid was like, oh, well, it's my team, and where are you guys going to go? And I'm just like, all right, kind of a mean thing to say, but okay. To the people who you're trying to get to spend money to come watch your team, it just seems like a weird thing to say. So then they lost their next 12 or 13 games after he said that. And it was just like, they're not good. They're not having a good year. And so, of course, this would happen to the Cincinnati Reds this season. They gave up 0 hits to the Pirates. So they no-hit the Pirates. Not officially, though, because the Pirates did not bat in the 9th inning, in the bottom of the 9th inning, because, yes, the Cincinnati Reds gave up no hits and lost the game. They lost 1-0 on I think it was an error or a fielder's choice or something like that. So, yeah, so the Pirates were at home. They did not have to bat in the bottom of the 9th inning because they were winning. And so officially not a no-hitter for the Pirates, or for the Reds, I should say. But, yeah, the Pirates won a game over the Reds, and the Pirates, speaking of teams that are not really doing well. Yeah, so, I mean, if anything can go wrong for the Reds, it will this year. Just because that's just what's going to happen. It's just how the baseball gods are not smiling on them this year, or for the next few years, I suppose. But yeah, they gave up no hits, and weirdly enough, it's like the 7th time in baseball history that's happened, which is insane. Like, that's not in the grand scheme of how many baseball games have been played, that's not a lot, but it seems like it. Like, you shouldn't have that many instances of a team winning a game while getting no hits, right? But of course, it would happen to the Reds. And that's where we are on that one. Of course, this season, that would happen to your Cincinnati Reds. Oh my gosh. And finally, in a weird thing for baseball this week, the Astros beat the Red Sox the other day. It was this Monday. They hit 5 home runs in 1 inning, which I think was like the 6th time that happened too. But that's not the weird part. The weird part about that is one fan caught 2 of them. So that's crazy enough that your team can hit 5 home runs in 1 inning. That's insane enough of a stat. But the fact that 2 of them go to the same general area, that the same person can catch 2 of them, that's crazy. I love that. I don't like that they beat up on the Red Sox, but who are also coincidentally are not having a terrible year. 3 teams here not having good times. But yeah, 5 home runs in 1 inning, and 2 of them were caught by the same person. I wonder what they did with them, because I've talked about foul balls and home runs before. Like, what am I going to do with it? So, like, are you going to hold a piece of historic memorabilia that says, hey, they had 5 home runs in 1 inning, and I have 2 of them? What are you going to do with those? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe they found a kid to give them to. Maybe they keep them. I don't know what they do with them, but a weird piece of baseball history in your hands, if in fact that person kept them at all. So there you go. And finally this week, we got some NBA and NHL playoffs, so I hope you're enjoying all the action there. The Sixers, and so I mentioned 2 or 3 weeks ago that I root for the Sixers because they're the hometown team, and I root for the Suns because of my buddy Chris, and I root for the Bucks because of my good friend Danny Schmitz. All of them have been eliminated, and 2 of them were just kind of blown out in the final game, which is disappointing. And then, so all the teams that I really kind of try to pay attention to are gone from the playoffs, and so now who we have left are the Mavericks and the Warriors in the Western Conference. So Mark Cuban, very happy about that so far, I would say. The Mavericks, who weren't supposed to be there, and all of a sudden, they're a few wins away from the finals. And in the East, we have the number 1 seed Miami Heat against the number 2 seed Boston Celtics. So there you go with all of that. I've not seen those games yet. I've been a little busy doing other stuff, but go whoever you like. I got no problem with any of those teams. I know as a Sixers fan, I probably, it's weird. Sixers, it's kind of weird to me how fans in certain cities don't like teams that aren't necessarily rivals. Like, I don't consider the Celtics a rival to the Sixers, and I don't consider Boston a rival city to Philadelphia. But for some reason, a lot of Sixers fans don't like the Celtics, and I don't know why that is. I have no qualms with them at all. I don't really care. Maybe it's because I don't follow the NBA as closely as I used to, but I got no problems with any of those teams. So go whoever you like. If you're listening to this and you're a fan of one of those teams, I hope they win. So is that all right? Is that good? All right, there you go. And in the NHL, we have a battle for Florida with the Florida Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning, and a battle for Alberta with the Calgary Flames taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Elsewhere, we have the Colorado Avalanche, who beat the crap out of the Predators. They're taking on the St. Louis Blues. And the other matchup is, oh, crap. It's the Rangers Hurricanes. There we go. There's always, whenever I get to the playoffs, there's always one series that I forget about. And this time it's the Rangers and the Hurricanes. So, so there you go. So go whoever you like. Unless, you know what? Not the Rangers. Anybody but the Rangers in that case. Although I was talking to Jill, when the Rangers were playing the Penguins, I'm like, man, I hope these teams lose. Like, I want both of them to lose, but that can't happen. But I guess if I had to pick one to win, it'd be the Rangers, because I'd rather see them than the Penguins. Right? Is that weird? Is that strange? I don't know. But in any case, Rangers Hurricanes, Panthers Lightning, Flames Oilers, and Avalanche Blues. Those are your series is in the NHL. I like the Avalanche. And I like the Panthers, but I don't know about them getting by the Lightning. So, you know what? With my very limited NHL knowledge, give me the Avalanche and the Lightning in the Stanley Cup final. The Stanley Cup final. And give me the Avalanche to win. Should we make a pick for the NBA too? Why not? Give me, you know what? Let's go upstate here. Give me the Celtics and the Mavericks. And give me the Mavericks to win the NBA title. How about that? You're going to come back in a month and go, wow, either, wow, you're an idiot, Pat, or, hey, you're a goddamn genius. So either way, let me know. So in the NHL, give me the Avalanche over the Lightning, and in the NBA, give me the Mavericks over the Celtics. And there you go. That's your sports. That is your show for today. My thanks to everybody for weighing in. Nope, we didn't have a question. My thanks for everybody coming out. There we go. I haven't done a question in a long time. We should do that. For coming out to the party, sending us well wishes for the kid. My thanks to Last Night Saved My Life for the tune. My thanks to whoever sent in the question for the fan mail. And my thanks to the Cardinals for letting Albert Pujols pitch, because that was really fun. So there you go. That's our show. We are all good. This has been an 8 Boiler production. G-Love and Special Sauce with Cold Beverage. They're going to play us out as they always do. Philadelphonic.com for more from them. You can find more from me at themeltingpat.com. Send in your questions, your comments, your concerns, all the things over there. And that's that. All right? We're good, right? Yes. I didn't get the URL for the red circle for the network. My apologies. Okay? There you go. Till next time, my friends, have fun. Be safe. Thank a veteran. Wear your mask, wash your hands, get vaccinated and boosted when you can. And of course, don't do anything I wouldn't do. We are good, right? Let's make sure. Really, I had to cough and I wanted to put in a better reason to pause. But I did it anyway. So there you go. We are good to go. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know the drill. Just go enjoy yourself and don't be a jerk. All right? All right. Perfect. I'll talk to you next time. Till then, you've been inside the Melting Pat. Oh, my goodness. Just go have fun. All right? Go crap open a cold one.